name is Rebecca Allen, and I would like to share with you my experience with the Kaufman Phase 1 diet. I too am a breast implant ill person and have been since, well, probably 2002. I had my explant in 2011, and ever since that, and I learned that what my illness was, I've been fighting this beast within me. And for a long time, I had thought that with my research that it was all about the silicone and the migration and all of that. But what has been brought to the forefront is these biotoxins and the fungus, more or less one and the same. I don't have the technical capabilities to reiterate that information. But what I can say to you is it all boils down to this fungus, and it's systemic. And if the longer you stay outside of a diet that's going to eradicate the fungus, the longer you're going to be sick. And I know this because I remained sick. Even though I was functioning and oftentimes high functioning, I could get sick and feel ill just within hours, depending on my diet, and I had not recognized that. So I can tell you that yes, it's hard, and yes, it's disheartening, and yes, it can feel expensive, and yes, some days you don't want to do it, but also I can say yes, I feel better, and yes, I know now that I'm going to live, and I will, for the rest of my life, be able to control my body and the things that are happening, because at least I know why it's happening. It's not easy, and some of us who got so sick, it will take longer to get well. But the idea that all of this footwork has been done um, for this diet through the Kaufman Phase 1, and I hope to believe that eventually I'll be able to morph into the Phase 2 and add a few things to my foods, and maybe even return to some of my old menu items that have been subsequently removed. And saying it's hard, I get it. I'm a professional caterer. I come from a very long line of good cooks and professional cooks and bakers, and it's how I've identified myself. And the idea that I can make a pan of cinnamon rolls, kneading that bread with my hands and rolling it out and cutting it and smelling it and baking and icing it with big old globs of buttercream icing, and I don't eat it. Um, it's difficult, but I want to live and I want to be happy, and I want to know that I'm doing everything I can to bring my body back. Um, she's fought for me for all this time and deserves me to make these good choices. It is expensive some days, between the supplements and the food choices. But what I can tell you is that once you start making the healthy choices that involve your vegetables and your lean meats, you will not be sorry. I find that I eat less. I find that I can, with a little bit of planning, I can take foods from one meal to the next, and it doesn't have to be the immediately next meal. It can be the meal the following day. It's a matter of doing some planning. We do that as women. We make plans, whether that's what we're going to wear to work, or when we're going to hang with our friends, or how we're going to manage our homes. Um, so it's just a matter of shifting our thoughts. And I do believe that the support that this four-step protocol offers us is relatively unprecedented. I know that my explant doctor has always been available to me, and that's unusual as well. But I can say that what happens on this Facebook page and the four-step protocol with Dawn Strom, it is absolutely, it's amazing how the teamwork that is foundation for us to get well. And most of us have been so sick for so long. We've been so disappointed by the medical field, who was supposed to help us and ultimately kept us sick longer. So our trust factor has pretty much been smacked on. Um, I get it. I about have an anxiety attack when I think I'm going to have to go to the doctor because I don't want to tell it again, and I don't want to have someone look at me like I have seven eyes. I get it. So what I'm going to say to you most of all is, now that you have found this four-step protocol, I would encourage you to start in the beginning, diligently work through it all, recognize every small accomplishment, no matter how small, because it took us a long time to get sick, really sick, and it's going to take you a while to get better. I'm 6 months in, and I can tell you that I'm just about as close to being 100% as I have been in since 2002. So I wish you well. I would be more than happy to be your mentor, your cheerleader. It's good. It's a good plan. I'm getting there. So will you. Dig deep. We're all here to help you. We're here to help each other. And that's what it's about. The Kaufman Phase 1 diet and the four-step protocol have been my lifesaver. Take a leap of faith. I don't believe you'll be sorry.